a knob at night.
Oh, hey friends, Mike and Jess here.
And welcome to Regeneration Nation TV. Today we're reacting to another Ricky Gervais Show. This is Season 1, Episode 3, Charity.
Oh, snap. Yeah, last episode was, I think it was funnier than the first episode. In the comments, you guys let us know. I guess we're just a bunch of gullible fools. The lion story wasn't real.
Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't real. But yeah, you're right. You can find my face right next to gullible in the dictionary for sure.
Yep, somebody said that. Somebody said that. You know who you are. And your mom, Jess, said something not nice. Okay. I told her about that comment. She was like, "Oh, really?" I won't repeat what she said. It was not.
It's not safe
for YouTube.
It's not safe for YouTube.
Anyways, yeah, we've got links for this down below. Go check it out. This is our third reaction to this. And we're going to keep this train rolling along. Mm-hmm. We're going to keep this intro a little shorter than the last one as well. So let's get right into this.
Let's do it.
Somebody did say we should skip the intros because they're all the same. But
for the past few years,
I was like, which one?
Yeah.
You didn't specify how were we supposed to know. Now I have to watch them all.
Yeah, we gotta find out which one it is.
Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant, and Karl Pilkington have been meeting regularly for a series of pointless conversations. This is one of them.
I don't
Testing.
know if I could watch
Is that right?
every single episode with him spilling coffee like that every time.
Hello and welcome
just
to the
thinking
Ricky
the
Gervais
same
Show
thing.
with me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant. Hello. And the little round-headed buffoon that is Karl Pilkington.
All right.
So funny.
Do you know the other week when I came up with like a different idea of how we can sort of make the world run and that?
Can we just have a quick recap of that? Because I seem to remember it was a load of old arse.
It was ridiculous. It was he was saying that the world is overpopulated, so the system would be where people were living too long and stuff. So what happens is people live till 78. I don't know how you can enforce that, right?
Yeah.
But when they die, they've got a little baby in their stomach, like a pip in an apple, that then carries on when they die.
Right.
It wasn't a theory. It wasn't an idea. It was the ramblings of a mental
You're
case.
saying it's stupid, but someone's emailed in and said, "Oh yeah, that's pretty good." Just saying, if that's a no, right? I've been thinking.
It is a no.
What about if we do it the other way, right?
Ah,
Go on.
Somehow, I don't know how.
A kid has an old lady?
that's what it's going to be, isn't it? A child that gives birth to an old man.
What I'm saying is, right?
Go on.
Work the other way round.
Come on then.
So if somehow we can inject something in like a body that's just died, right?
Listen to this. Imagine this as notes.
So-
when he hands it into the Nobel people,
Yeah.
and they go, if there's a way that we can inject something, they go, well, what? Well, I don't know the chemical formula, but something HO2.
So anyway, so you inject it in the temple.
He's narrowed it down to the temple.
So what happens?
She sort of wakes up,
Amazing.
right? And she works the other way. So like she might be 77,
Yep.
and then she'll have a birthday. She's 76, and she's working that way.
Right.
If you know what I mean.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Benjamin Button
Because
serum.
the thing is, you've got.
I have no
I'm
idea.
really scared.
Yeah.
I'm really scared. This is the maddest thing you've ever said. This is madder than the old lady with the pip like an apple in her belly.
It sort of did work.
This is...
No, it didn't work. It worked in your head. It's like a dream that you wake up and go, oh, I've got a great theory. And
This is it. Let me just tell you the
on then.
ending, because the endings works out a bit better.
Go on.
What I'm saying is, when you die, at the age of
78.
9 months,
What?
at the age of 9 months, because that's when you come out,
What do you mean when you die at the age of
you're
9?
not scared of dying because you're now a baby, so you don't know what's going on anyway. So there's no fear.
So you've missed out a bit here. So this woman, literally gets younger and younger?
I think
Yeah.
when she's in her 20s, she's in her old age, Rick.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because that's the fun part of your life, isn't it? When you're 20 and you've got all your energy and that. So before you die, you're actually having a good life. Rather than it being...
So how does this underpopulate the world? He said that it's too populated. Now you're doubling people's lifespan? What?
Yeah,
I'm,
you're
like,
right. It's gonna keep
I
them alive
laugh
for
whenever
longer.
Ricky and Steve laugh, but when I hear Karl talking during this whole bit, I'm just left befuddled.
The other way around.
But does she do different stuff than she did on the way up? Because she's already lived 78 years, hasn't she? Don't forget. She was a baby once, and she grew to 78 years. Then someone stuck a needle in her head and said, right, back you go.
No, but forget all that bit.
Forget all that bit. How do we forget that bit?
What I'm saying
So
is...
she died and she doesn't remember all her... This is a new life, is it?
Let me just leave you with this.
Right, you're talking shit. Explain yourself.
But aren't the family getting younger as well? What's happened to the family?
Forget it then, we'll leave it as it is.
No, leave it as it is, shall we?
Shall we? Can we all agree on that, guys? Now, should we agree to leave it as it is? Is that all right? Because I don't want to hear any more from the diaries of Charles Manson.
No, it's I mean, you're a fucking maniac.
A friend of mine got a gift, or rather gave it as a gift.
Okay,
I don't know if you've been...
You guys are like, sometimes, you guys are starting to get it. Sometimes, like, Karl, you don't really get what he's saying at first, but then you come around, you're like, oh, he has a point. This is not one of those times. That is not one of those times. I was confused at the beginning.
For a split second, he had me. For a split second, when you could go back through and towards the end of your life, you'd be the healthiest and like the youngest you've ever been, and like right before you die. I don't know. I could see that being, because like people work so hard their whole life to retire, and they're in from the 60s to the 80s, and you could die at any moment. And so like when you book these cruises, or when you finally get to live your life, what if you just die the next day and you've worked your whole
You're
life?
adding more crucial context than he was able to, which I kind of get.
Yeah.
His point, the only point he made, was that you don't have a fear of death when you're a baby and you first come out and you don't know anything.
Yeah.
But if you live your whole life to 78 and then you get reverted from 78 back to nothing, are you just going to lose your memories as you get younger?
Yeah, I don't know
how that works. When you're a baby the second time around, you are back to just a childish baby and you don't even know anything.
It doesn't work like that.
What is the point?
You've already lived a whole life. It doesn't work like that. The only reason a baby comes
That's
out not
just
knowing
like
anything because it's brand new to the
getting
world.
dementia or something.
Yeah, it's weird. That's weird.
So you have to watch your loved one get older potentially, because not every elderly person gets dementia. But there's a potential. Say that your grandmother gets dementia. You have to watch that the last, how many every year she's going through that. And then you stick her with this needle as she's dead, and then she's back, and you have to watch her, progress back through dementia, get better at it, and then she's back, and then she becomes a baby later on, and it's like the same thing. You're like watching them wither away once again in a different way,
That's
in
weird.
a really weird way.
And I would not want to see. I'm not saying that I want to see people die. I don't ever want to see that, but I would not want it to be a baby.
Yeah.
Like, why?
This is what a strange...
It's not a good concept at all. I don't agree with it.
Familiar with these? It's a charity organisation, and you go on their website or you phone them up, and you can give someone else the gift of, say, a goat, and it's a sort of goodwill thing. You know what I mean?
So you buy an African family a goat
that will help them for years.
And it's like you're saying, well, I would have bought you a present.
Yeah. But I've used that money wisely.
Yeah, so it's almost like they've given
Exactly.
the present. They've given the goat.
Yeah, it's a beautiful idea. But as soon as he told me about it, I thought to myself straight away, knowing Karl's views on charity and giving, I wondered what his views would be.
Well, are they happy with the present over there? Like the people who are getting it?
You're an idiot. What, you think an African family wakes up and there's a little goat with a ribbon tied round it, and they go, oh, look what Santa brought us.
Look, and that mince pie's gone and that glass of milk.
You're such an idiot.
No, but what I'm saying is, does that family want a goat?
Yes.
But why?
It's not they want a goat, it's they need a goat. Do you think... What do you think this organisation is?
Just arbitrarily giving goats to people.
They're going to say, oh, I wanted Nintendo. What are you thinking?
What I'm saying is, right, let me put myself in their shoes. Well,
This'll be
they
a
haven't got
first.
any. But say I'm one of them, right, over there. Right, I'm sat there, it's Christmas Day, right? I open it up, open the present, little goat there, right? Now, if I was one of them, I'd be going, not another mouth to feed. At the end of the day, there isn't enough food to go round for themselves, never mind a goat. Don't they say like having a dog and that is quite expensive? Sometimes they say, what with all the
but doesn't a
injections you've
goat
got to give it.
Grass?
Well, I'm assuming
humans do not eat.
Yeah.
So it's like
I don't think that
they're
would be. I
eating
think that'd be
different things
different.
than you would eat, dude. That's
Yeah.
not like you have to share your freaking whatever else you're eating with
But
them.
I could see a dog or a cat because they make dog and cat food. Like, I don't know what to feed a dog out in in nature. Like, I wouldn't know to send my dog out and be like, here,
No
he's
clue.
good. Yeah, he would starve. But like a goat, you usually see goats on the side of the road and they're eating grass. So like, do you
Every
feed a
time.
goat a specific kind of kibble or something? Like, I don't know. Like,
You do probably if you can afford to.
Yeah.
To make the goat as healthy as possible. But
Yeah.
they don't eat that in the
I think
wild.
they can
you
just
could
graze.
just have them like as long as you have the area for them to graze. Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll be fine.
yeah, I think that'd be good.
You know, what with all the injections you've got to give it.
Well, I'm assuming it's all above board. The goat's had its injections. That's what some of the money goes towards. It's just a way of redirecting cash.
But the thing is, why do they want that goat? What's the main reason?
What
What does a goat give you?
milk?
Right. Now, wouldn't it be easy to just send them a bottle of milk? Without all the hassle and the headaches that come with it. That's all I'm saying. And the other thing is, think about the goat. That was happy over here. Suddenly, it's on barren land. No grass.
Don't know that.
You didn't send a goat from here.
I'm saying, who's happy at the end of this, right? You've got a fella who hasn't got a present over here because the mate bought him a goat, right? So yeah, let's do this properly. So there's a tick. He's not happy, right? Then you've got the person who's opened it, who, like you said, wanted something else, right? It's a goat. They go, who's going to look after this, right? So tick, they're not happy. And then you've got the goat going, what am I doing here?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I see what he's saying with this one at least. At least this one's a little bit more
But he's saying
sensible.
He's saying it with a view of different culture, though,
You
because
have
he's
to
raised.
make sure that the people you're sending the goat to are in a place to where there actually is grass, because he's not like wrong about
True,
that. Like
you're
some
right.
places might not have
a place for that
a
goat to
place for the
feed
goat
and
to sustain itself.
Yeah.
And you would have to like create some kibble or something for
Yeah.
it. Maybe you send the goat and like 5 years worth of kibble for it to
right
eat. I have
with
no
the
freaking
amount
clue
of
what
money
would
that you
do.
give, but
like you'd have to make sure that they can
give the goat a good life, a
get
healthy
something
life.
back out of the goat, you know, that make sure that they're well off enough to have a little pen for the goat, like actually be able to because you are sending it for the milk and like anything else you could possibly do benefit from the goat, but
Goat
you have to make
cheese?
sure that this family's in a position to cheese.
Yeah.
But like I don't know if they can make the cheese. I have no clue what goes into making goat cheese.
I don't know. I've never made
So-
goat cheese.
Just saying, you have to make sure they're at least they can benefit from the freaking goat. dude.
Yeah.
I get the point of sending a goat. Like there's a lot of people who go and make wells in Africa instead of giving money. They will go there and give their manpower and make wells. So it's like it's sustainably clean water for them. And yeah, I don't know. I get that premise, but yeah, I get where Karl's going with this one a lot more than the first one.
The first one.
Oh my gosh.
Why'd you play this
Definitely
one again?
love this, surely. Have you started seeing this now? Virgin are starting plugging Virgin Galactic. I think it's something like 200,000 quid, and you'll get a chance to go in a space shuttle into space.
Karl, thoughts?
Going to space.
Wouldn't it be a fascinating experience to go into space and
I
look
couldn't do
back at the Earth?
I mean, at what point are you all meant to be happy? Do you know what I mean? You're floating about up there, and because you don't get out, do you?
What, you mean to do some duty-free shopping?
I'm just talking. You don't go floating about, do you? You stay in your seat.
Well, they probably let you move around on the shuttle.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about getting out. For me, when you go
What,
on
you want to
holiday,
get out into space?
yes, but that's what I'm saying. When you go on holiday, the flight bit isn't the best bit of the holiday, is it? That's the bit you've got to do. So what I'm saying is you've got to stay on this and then you go back home. So you don't take luggage, right? I don't see the point.
Right, so you're there, you're sat in your own clothes for the whole time, same clothes for the whole time.
But I don't understand what is the point.
I think it's the view. I think it's two things. I think it's the view and being able to be part of an exclusive club. I went into space. It's all that thing about man conquering nature, and you're one of that elite few that have managed to pop up, see the world from a distance that no one else can see it from, and then pop down.
All that way just for the view.
Yeah.
is it worth it? I mean, there's a lot of other places I haven't seen anyway.
Like, bro, if you're gonna take me to space, suit me up and let me float around outside for just a second.
I'm not doing none of it.
We went all this way.
I don't
mean,
care if it
come
costs
on.
$1. I'm not doing it. I'll never do that. That would terrify me so bad. I'm good with being on ground.
I would at least like the option. Oh, you don't want to go at all.
I don't want to go in space. No, I don't want to leave the Earth. I don't want to leave the Earth. I have no desire to do that.
Hypothetical, if you are gonna go and you're up there, you've done all of the training to get up there. You've done all of this stuff.
If I've done the
You didn't want
training
them
to get
suit
up
you
there,
and let you just go
if
outside for a second.
you let me do the training and I know what to do and I'm up there, yeah, I'm gonna want to get out and do what you trained me for. Yes, absolutely. Especially if you go through like, what is it, like 6 months to a year of training
It's like,
and
oh
stuff
no, we
before
trained
they
you
let
for all of the other stuff. We actually didn't train you just to
We're just gonna circle.
open the door and go out it for a second.
Could you
get what he's saying
imagine?
there. Yeah, that would be crazy.
The
It'd be
thought
crazy
of
to
it.
go up into space. But if you're gonna take me up there, let me out for a second.
So
man.
you agree with him on this. The only reason I don't agree with him is because I have no desire to go up into space. That terrifies me more than anything. So that's the only reason I don't agree with him. But I agree with it. Like, what's the point? You're just going to go up there and fly around him and fly back.
Yeah, like, dude, it really wouldn't have even been that much. And the training that I went through to go up into space is nothing compared, like, the training to put me in a suit, open the door, let me float around for a minute, and then bring me back in.
Nope, I couldn't
Come
do
on.
it. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Meteor could come strike your cable that's attaching
my
you
gosh.
to this craft, and you're
Listen,
gone forever.
Sandra Bullock survived. You'd be all right.
Did
Anyway,
she, though?
right, before I think about that, I think if you've done everywhere, I haven't been to Scotland yet. Right?
Right, yeah.
I'm not being funny, but do you know what I mean? So just have a look in your back garden before you go looking in someone else's.
In space.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would make it a
Like
trip
that,
worthwhile for you?
okay.
I mean, if you did go into space, if we gave it to you free of charge, we said, Karl, go up into
I know the
space."
answer. I know the answer to this, Steve. He's thinking, I'd like to meet some aliens that can talk like I do,
Yeah.
and I can understand them, and they can tell me something. Like what? Oh, they met God, he was all right. That's the sort of thing. That's what he's going to say. He'd like them to look like monkeys in spacesuits.
Yeah.
That would be his ideal thing. He'd like to go to the planet of the
He'd like to go
apes.
to the planet of the apes.
He
I
would
do-
love
I
to
do
go
imagine
to
that.
Look, he's nodding. He's nodding. Thoughts, Karl?
Well, yeah, that'd be brilliant.
What would be brilliant?
Seeing a little alien and that, having a chat with him, find out what's been going on.
What's been going on?
No, but don't you think that, like, I mean, if you bought me that as a present, right,
Yeah.
either of you,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be that happy. For me, that's a little bit like,
Well, that's annoying because we've got you a trip
We
to
just
space
pulled
and a
together.
goat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
do you know how, like, I am interested in sort of going on another planet, right? Not,
Karl, you are on another planet, mate.
no, but do you know what I mean? It would be quite sort of interesting.
How do you think you'd get there?
Well, yeah, you'd go on a rocket and stuff, but what I'm saying is, at least you know when you get there, you're getting out, you're having a bit of a wander. But I wouldn't be happy in just the journey bit of it. That's all I'm saying.
That's great, isn't it?
But the thing is, right, I was looking into it a bit because I was reading about the Virgin Atlantic
Yeah.
thing, right? And I was reading something that in 1971, right, 3 of them went up there. There was 1 bloke in the rocket, right? The other 2 wandered off, had a walkabout, seeing what rocks they can find and that. And that bloke who was in the rocket, right, he was the loneliest man ever in the world.
I don't know.
The moon
Dude,
had
he's
a
got her
sad
point.
face.
Because I heard that too, and the first time I ever heard that, I was like, dude, that is terrible.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't just let him out for a second?
Yeah, he had to
That's
stay
crazy.
behind.
You did all of that training, all of that work. You're on the moon, and you never stepped out.
Yeah.
That guy regretted that for the rest of his life.
Yeah,
He's like, I don't care what Houston said. I should have got out for a second.
that's crazy.
I don't know what to do. I don't know if that's some sort of profound poetry or I don't know. Do you know what I think he's trying to say? He's trying to say he was, by definition, a human furthest away from all other human contact.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I said.
Yeah, okay. No, you said loneliest. Loneliest evokes an emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like he started crying and writing poetry and listening to Morrissey records.
But what I was thinking is, do you think when he got up in the morning, he still bothered to put his clothes on?
That's the first thing that came into your mind
No,
when
just
you
because
pictured him
I
in
always,
there.
you know, at the end of the day, even if like my girlfriend Suzanne's out at work and that, I'm not happy walking about with everything out because you never know what's going to happen. I just mean, you never know if someone's going to turn up.
No, I don't like what I don't like. No, I always pop some pants on or a towel, even if I'm
not
alone.
always.
Not always.
Because I've knocked on your door when you've been stood there with.
No, he's taking his trousers off.
I did it especially, knowing that you were there. I've done it especially to annoy you.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so.
But do you know what I mean? Do you think he was walking about the rocket with his tackle out, or did he go, well, no one's watching here?
Do you reckon it floats up or down?
Well, if you are the man who was up in a space rocket and was for a short period the loneliest man in the world, we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear what you did with your time, how lonely you felt, and also did you float around with your cock and balls out?
Please tell me if that guy answered.
Karl, if you could have a superpower like Superman, what would your superpower be?
Can I suggest consciousness?
Yeah.
Can I have the power of thought?
Remember, you've already got opposable thumbs. So cross that one off the list.
Oh, go on, Karl.
There are so many to choose from. Telepathy, X-ray vision.
Flight, invisibility,
Choose it wisely.
strength, intelligence.
But why have I been picked?
Oh, for God's sake!
I'm just saying.
It's Rob's question for you.
But I'd just say, does anyone else want this? Or do you know what I mean?
Oh,
No,
what do you
because-
wish you
no,
could do that's
no,
impossible is
because-
the question.
no, because-
What? What do you mean?
Because with that comes a responsibility. Is what
With
I'm saying.
enormous power does come great responsibility.
So, would you like Spidey senses? Is that what you're saying?
Come on, Karl. You know what these superheroes because they can.
I know, but
they can
always
freeze things.
They're never happy, are they? Do you know what I mean? Spider-Man that wanted to tell that girl that he could climb walls and that. He's like, I can't. Superman never told Lewis and that.
It's Lewis. Who's Lewis?
Lewis.
Who's Lewis?
It's just a pen pal of Superman's.
Lewis, his little secret chum. Yeah. All right, Superman. Hello, Lewis. What are you doing? Superman. Who are you? I can't tell you, Lewis. Brilliant.
Hulk, he wasn't happy.
Oh, he wasn't happy. It's true. He's got a theme. He has got a theme. There's not many happy superheroes, are
But
there?
leaving aside the superheroes you're already aware of,
Yeah.
what superpower would you want? You don't have to fight crime with it, Karl. Let me remind you of some of the other things.
He
Invisibility.
might be the only person to answer like that.
Yeah.
So like, hold up, no. Is there anybody else I could pass this on to? I'm not sure I want it. I don't even know if I want to answer this question.
That's so
hypothetically.
funny because we literally have that question asked almost like once every month or something.
We
The
got two
boys will
sons.
randomly, say, which superhero or superpower would you rather have? They'll say 2 choices or they'll let you pick your own. But
Yeah, and I've always answered.
yeah.
I've always thought about it for a second, answered. Mm-hmm. I've never been like, do I really want this?
Yeah, right.
This is a hypothetical
lot of
question, but
responsibility.
I'm not sure if I even want to answer it because what if I answer it and then somehow
It comes true.
the universe gives it to me?
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have answered.
It wasn't ready for the answer.
Wow, what a profound guy Karl is.
You don't have to fight crime with it, Karl. Let me remind you of some of the other things. Invisibility.
All the time, though, or can I sort of turn that on and off?
Let's say you could turn it on and off. Would that interest you?
Yeah. I'll have that.
Right. Okay, and what would you do with this power of invisibility?
Just sort of wander about and that, just not get seen.
It's a brilliant power. It's a brilliant. And it's put to such brilliant use. It's brilliant. Well done.
And why would you
I
want
would
to
do
walk
the
around
same
and not be
thing,
seen?
to
in
be
that?
honest with you.
What would you gain from that?
Don't know. You could sort of go in shops when they shut, so you don't have to go. with
How
the
would you get
crowds.
in?
Just get in just before they lock up.
Oh yeah. How would you get out?
Wait till the morning.
Brilliant.
So hang on. So that's your use of invisibility. They found the power of invisibility. You want to sneak into. Bear in mind. No, hang on. You want to sneak into HMV, right? Wait for 12 hours and then buy something
I love it.
just so that you don't have to be in there with other people.
Do you know what? I don't want it. I don't want a power
Why not?
because I just don't think it'll do me any good. I think it's more of a hindrance.
I love love this. It's like, just think of his presents. We've given you a goat, a trip into space, and the chance to be invisible.
Not happy with any of them.
Yeah, what he wants is a voucher for HMV.
Yeah. He just wants some tokens for a record shop. Just going through a few more of these emails. This one's from Kent from Nova Scotia, Canada. He says, Karl, he's wondering if you've got any personal mantras that you could pass along. For instance, he reminds us of Ben Franklin's famous mantra, waste not, want not.
Who said that?
Ben Franklin.
What did he do? What was his job?
Benjamin Franklin was a well-respected American politician from the 1800s. He was a sort of thinker, a philosopher, a scientist, deeply respected. Also a big political figure. He features on the dollar bill or the $10 bill or something. Yeah. So he's one of the great sort of American Enlightenment thinkers. And he came up with the mantra, waste not, want not.
You must know waste not, want not. I mean, that's just...
Do you understand the phrase waste not, want not?
No, not really, no. What does it mean? I've never used it.
It's like, don't throw stuff away because you might need it, and therefore you won't be wanting anything because you didn't throw it away.
So he was a bit of a hoarder.
If you don't waste food, for instance... then
He's a bit of a hoarder.
For God's sake.
No, but I'm just saying, he's a man in power. Is that the best thing he ever said?
No, I'm sure he came up with many, many profane
So why
things.
is that one
He did
remembered?
experiments in electricity and conducting electricity, all sorts.
But that impresses me more, inventing electricity, than someone...
He didn't invent electricity.
Wait a minute! Don't impress you more than what?
Just saying, waste not, want not. I don't think it's that good. It's not even catchy.
How would you word it?
I'd just say...
Dude, it's like the epitome of catchy.
It's so funny because we grew up with that. Like, how many times did you hear older people say that when you were growing up? All the time.
All the time.
But that's probably
the epitome.
He said he never heard that though.
Oh my god.
It'll catch on. It'll catch on once he says it more and more.
Oh my gosh, dude.
It's that good. It's not even catchy.
How would you word it?
I'd just say, whoa, don't be chucking that out. You might need that later.
Don't be chucking that out. You might need that later. Karl Pilkington.
Whereas
2005.
waste not, want not is perhaps a little bit more pithy, a little bit more...
We should go through great sayings and phrases and say
if he could, well, firstly, does he know what they mean?
I
And then
love
secondly,
that.
can he improve them?
That would be brilliant.
We'll do that next time.
All right, let's see. Okay, Winston Churchill. Never have so few done so much for so many. What do you think of that? Do you know what that means?
I'd just be annoyed if I was one of them who gave a lot for a few or whatever, right?
No, gave a lot for so many. If you were one of those few that gave so much for so many, i.e., it means these few good men, their actions freed the world. They freed the world. They have an impact on every person in the world, and they were few brave men, and that's what he's saying.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if I was one of them men who gave up his life, right, I'd want a name check. I don't want to be bungled in with everyone else who is saying a load of blokes gave it their lives. Well done on that. See you later.
That's brilliant.
Did you just say bungled in?
Bungled in, yeah.
He made up a word.
You want to be bungled in?
You made up a word. See, that's it. You see, we've been looking for it. That's original. That's Karl Pilkington. I don't want to be bungled in.
I love it.
They never even got to the email's question.
I know
They never answered it. Oh
They
my
just went
gosh.
on a tangent.
I was looking forward to him answering that.
Now I'm looking forward to them remaking famous quotes through Karl Pilkington. I want to see how he changes them. I want to see that.
We were dropping our kids off this morning at my mom's house, and they've got a park nearby, basketball court, a bunch of stuff to do. And they're, away from our house.
Yeah.
So I was like, you're only going to be as bored as you allow yourself to be. And my son looked, he's like, who's that? Who said that? Where's that from? I was like, I don't know. I think I just made it up. I don't know where it came from. You guys have to let me know for sure. Did
my
somebody
son
else say
was
that?
so enthralled,
He's
thought
like,
his
oh,
dad
dang,
was
you're
the
something
coolest.
of a poet, huh?
And then you said, everybody's
I'm a
heard
poet
this.
and didn't even know it.
And my
I
son
definitely did not.
looked at him like,
He looked at me like I
you
made that
did
one
it
up
again.
We just made eye contact. I was like, yeah.
It was the greatest moment. He just thought his dad was the coolest.
You're only as bored as you allow yourself to be.
It's true. This is true.
Enlightening. Wow.
Do you know we've chatted about charities before, haven't we?
Sure.
Yeah.
Done a lot of stuff on that, right? I was coming back from Manchester, right? Got off the train at Euston,
Yeah.
right? Got off the train, walking through the busy bit and stuff. There's this fella stood there, right? Good charity worker,
Yeah.
right? Nice looking fella. He's got his suit on, a tie and everything, quite respectable and that, right? Look down at his bucket. All money's been put in the bucket and that,
Yeah.
right? On the front of the bucket, right? It says collecting for the homeless at Christmas. Now, why can't they do that?
What, the homeless?
The homeless people. Why is some fella taking his time out, right? His own time where he could be at home. Why?
Some of us have got homes to go to.
Why? Do you know what I mean?
What, you think just give them the
Well,
buckets?
what are the homeless people doing whilst he's doing that? Is what I'm saying. What have they got on the timetable?
Cut out the middleman. Cut out the middleman.
What would prevent a homeless person, an entrepreneurial or homeless person, just getting a bucket and writing that on there themselves?
Could I suggest something? Hunger, some drug addiction, traumas, often mental illness. Just possibly too depressed to get up, put a suit on, and go to Euston Station with a nice bucket with some writing on it.
And then, right, I was thinking about that, right, and I was walking down the street in London with Suzanne. Saw a little homeless. Well, I didn't see the homeless bloke, right? I saw a leg,
Right.
sticking out of a doorway. Thought, here we go, right? Walked past it, right? You're not going to believe this.
Go on.
Homeless
Yeah.
Chinese fella. I've never seen one of them.
What?
No, I'm not having a
Everything
go.
he talks about when he talks about another
always
background,
Chinese.
it's always Chinese.
It's always. You're
Always.
never gonna believe this. Homeless Chinese fella. The way he delivers his
You're like,
dialogue is just
what's it
so
gonna be?
funny. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh. I do think it's a little like a lot of stores you cannot loiter like that. And when you look homeless and if you're on drugs, you're not allowed to stand out in front of the buildings.
You're not. Yeah, you'll deter.
You deter other people
business.
from coming in.
Yeah.
But somebody dressed nice and they're from the Salvation Army and they've got that annoying ass little bell.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I
you
think the
can-
bell
you can
is
stay.
lovely. It
You
reminds
can
me of
stay.
Christmas whenever I hear the bell. I like it. I guess we're two different people in that way.
I don't mind it that much, but it is a bit annoying. Okay.
Never seen one of them. No, I'm not having a go, right? But have you ever seen? Do you know what I mean? That was a shock.
I
to me.
really don't think I have. I think he's got me there. I hate to say it, but I must say I can't remember ever seeing a homeless Chinese person.
Weird, isn't it?
This is true.
I don't know.
She said, I was walked past and I said to Suzanne, "Did you see that?" She went, "What?" I said, "Just look back there." She said, "What?" I said, "That homeless fella. Look back at him." She said, "What?" I said, "He's Chinese." And she said, "Yeah, good point."
Good point. Of course she did.
She said that to shut you up.
She didn't want to get into a conversation with you.
Rick, it's that time again. It's what the whole world is waiting for now.
Is it
every
Monkey
week.
News?
It is Monkey News. Please perform live the jingle.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news, you.
There we go.
Right then, well,
that a jingle?
got an email from John. You know, if you've got any monkey news going on in your area.
Let us know.
God, amazing.
But there's a TV channel in Moscow, right? And I think they had a bit of bad luck or something, a lot of redundancies and that, right? And whoever was in charge of it got a bit mental and got rid of loads of people, right?
Yeah.
And they come in the next day and they were like, "Right, are we ready to go live?" and that. And someone comes running in with a clipboard saying, we haven't got any people left, right, to present.
Such nonsense.
Right. But tell you what. Right, okay, carry on.
So he goes, "What?"
If just one employee turns out to be Simeon and is doing a good job, I'm never doing this radio show again.
So this TV channel, you know, he's having a lot of problems and that. They've got to go live, right? He's like, "What am I going to do?" Anyway, for some reason, right, there was a chimp knocking about.
For some reason, that's the key piece of
No,
information,
but
but we didn't get it. We didn't get it.
It doesn't matter, does it?
It doesn't matter.
It does.
It doesn't matter. Imagine
Anyway.
if that was in a film. And they're going, well, I can't see where this plot go. Well, he's just there. He's just there.
So anyway, so he sort of says, get it in a suit, right?
Why?
So, because they're running out of ideas, the clock's ticking, they've got to go live with something.
What do you mean? What he's
What is it, a
presenting?
news program?
He's presenting.
Listen, it's a chat show. I'm not.
They can't
Again,
talk.
don't have a go at me. Have a go at John, who sent this in.
Right,
And this is,
quiet. Let's hear it. Let's hear it again.
so anyway, so like I say, so going live, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, whatever. Chimp sat there on the chair. He was like, "Look, let's just get through tonight's show and worry about this tomorrow, right?"
What are you talking about?
Look.
So they put a chimp in a suit. What was that handmade, or were the sleeves a bit short on him? You idiot! Think.
So anyway, it's sat there, right? And they're going, "Right, here we go. Good luck, everyone." Right?
Yeah.
Chimp's there.
What program is
It's a
this?
chat show.
But whose chat show is it?
Well, it's the monkeys.
I like the fact that
It's the
they...
monkeys now, is it?
I like the fact that they put the chimp in a suit. It's like, no one's going to take this chat show seriously if he's not dressed up, if he's not smart.
Slovenly, look at that slovenly ape.
So anyway,
Oh.
let's get to the point of it and that, right? So anyway, so they go on, right? It's all going
Didn't
brilliantly.
happen. There's no way this happened.
Here's a fundamental
anyway.
question. How was the chimp asking questions?
Not sure about that bit, but all I've got is the stuff that was on the news site for this. Like I say, I've
But
given
it's
you,
rubbish.
Yeah, but I've given you some facts.
No,
I've
they're
told
not.
you there's a TV channel in Moscow that's having problems, right? I've explained that
No,
bit.
it's this rubbish.
They've got rid of presenters. The monkeys sat there, right? Don't worry about it anyway. I'm telling you, it goes all right.
It
So
goes
anyway,
okay. In case you're worried, Rick.
He's sat there, right?
Absolute
They get to the
shit.
first break, they're like, can't believe it, right? Viewing figures and that, they're loving it, right?
What? No. What? How did they know the viewing figures in the break?
Please do not interrupt the
And
news.
what did the chimp
At
do in
end
the
of it,
first half?
They had a big guest on that week and
And
what
what
have
did
you.
he do? Just talk to
was it?
himself?
They walked off.
So Cher comes on,
I'm
yeah.
not sure, but say if it is Cher, right?
No,
Right,
what?
The main gaffer is like going, "Oh, Cher's going to go mental at us, right, for putting
Say
it
it is.
on with the
No,
monkey."
it is Cher.
No, it's
In
Cher.
his mind, it's Cher sitting there talking to a chimp in a suit.
So anyway, she
and they're
comes
filming
off.
it for Moscow TV, and the ratings are going through the roof.
Presumably there's a translator because Cher doesn't speak either Russian or chimp.
So she comes off, right, and the bloke who's in charge is like, she's going to go mad. She's going to go mad here. She walks up, she goes, "I love that." Right? She said that's one of the best interviews, right? So anyway, they decided, right, it went so well, kept him on. He's still there.
I love the fact that Cher was an idea that Steve threw up, and now she's going, "I love that, I love that, I love that, Jim. Get me back there. I want to go to Moscow. Never mind." Unbelievable.
Don't have a go at me, have a go at John, but, if you've got any monkey news, send it in.
Oh my gosh.
The monkey news just keeps getting more and more ridiculous.
Forget the Ricky Gervais Show. We need to start reacting to Chimp Chat. Where's Chimp Chat at? I want to watch Chimp Chat.
Oh my gosh, that was so ridiculous.
These episodes are like just filled with absurdity.
So random.
30
So
minutes
random.
of the most random absurdity ever. It's crazy. Like the video. Boom.
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go.
You gotta give it a like.
Gosh. Oh, I don't like. Where do you even start? I feel like we paused and talked about everything.
I
as
think
were
we did.
listening,
Yeah, I
but
think we covered
golly.
it as it was going.
Any
But yeah,
final thoughts on all that?
so freaking random.
Like, you guys are right. Like, Karl does have some points sometimes. He's
Yeah.
not the greatest at articulating his points.
Yeah, especially
Like-
because I feel like Ricky and Steven are very big on interrupting him
Oh, yeah,
with
they'll interrupt with him
laughter.
and just
Like,
make-
yeah, but it makes it. I don't know. It makes it funnier, I think. But
Yeah,
still.
definitely.
And he's very, like, the way Karl presents himself, he's very calm and like he's just very like
starts
laid back. Like he
talking
doesn't
real
care
low
when
like
people
this.
like the reaction that I get inside of me when they interrupt him for the first time, I would be like a little bit irked and I would, come back with maybe a little bit of attitude. But every time he starts his conversation, he never picks up his voice. He never, like, it's just still so laid back and he just continues on with his story. Doesn't bother him.
Yeah. This is a wild. I don't even know what to say, man. It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
I
but
do
love
hope
it.
that they make a show where he recreates the famous quotes, though. Please, that would be so funny.
Yeah, forget monkey news. Let's do that.
Do the
Let's
famous
do that
quotes.
All right, y'all. That was another episode. We're 3 in.
We're doing it.
There's 13 episodes in season 1, so
Hey,
maybe it's a 13 episode season, all 3 seasons. I think there's 3 seasons. Anyways, we got a ways to go. Look forward to these every Wednesday from now on. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us for this lovely, probably around 30-minute reaction here.
Yeah, cheapers.
All right, y'all. Take care. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye, friends.
Peace.